Herb and vegetable syrups are a really lovely way of preserving, very old traditional way, and they often come into their own in winter when we've got coughs and colds and flu. So today we're going to make a combination of things that are going to heat the lungs and clear bugs, fungi, bacteria, virus, all these components when they're raw. And the point is, this is not cooked, any of it. Most herbs and spices are antiviral as long as they're not cooked. For instance, ginger is only antibacterial if it's cooked or warmed, but if it's raw, it's antiviral as well. So that's what we're trying to harness, these simple ingredients, and turn it into, in a very short space of time, something that can treat flu and colds and coughs. So crudely chopping, and that's going to be chucked into our liquidizer, NutriBullet, anything you've got at home, it doesn't really matter. Roughly using equal parts. Everything's organic. I always choose purple onions because you've got more anthocyanins in the purple colouring, and anthocyanins are so anti-inflammatory, and of course when you've got colds and flu, it's inflammation. So we're trying to bring that down. So equal parts roughly. Once you get to the inner section of the garlic, you actually really don't need to take off the paper. You can leave bits because we're going to sieve it, so you don't have to be too careful. So this is very random how much you put in. If you like garlic, you can put in more. We could go on. And then roughly an equal part of ginger. Again, organic. Bit more for luck. I love ginger. In it goes. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon. Shima, would you mind helping? Shima's a student here at CNM, and she's helping me today, which is fantastic. So I'm going to put all that in. And of course, it's raw, it's antiviral. And then it really depends. Some people can't cope with chili. I leave it to you to deal with. But hey, I'm going to put 2 in today. These are bird's eye chili, they're quite hot. Again, I don't need to take the little green caps off because we're going to sieve this in that pops. Great. If you've got organic lemons, which these are, you can also put the peel in and the pith in. So technically you can either do that, or you can even, because it's waste not, want not, put the whole lot in, and then you've got the pith, the vitamin K, the essential oils, all not to be wasted. Sometimes I freeze these and use them later for something else, but today I'm just going to put it in. All antiviral, that's all going to go in as well. So we could have just put the whole lot in and not got Sheena too. And then I haven't got fresh horseradish, I've got dried powdered horseradish. And we're going to put equal parts in. Because it's dried, it visually will be looking like less that I'm using. So that will go a really long way. It's very strong. Careful. Yes, it's strong. Okay, now to preserve, we've got lots of preservatives, not least the essential oil of the lemon in there now. But we're going to preserve with either maple syrup, agave syrup. There are lots of sweet syrups that will preserve, or vegetable glycerine. So take your pick and pop something in and get the blades turning, and that is really our syrup. They're pouring in. So that's vegetable glycerine. Should we put a little agave in? You can mix and match, or you can make it all honey. You can use just the runny Manuka honey. So the very medium that you're using is therapeutic as well. And if you want, for colds and stuff, you can even put thyme in. Okay, let's see. Now we might need to add more of our liquid preservative in a minute. Let's see how that goes. Great, Seema, and that's it. And you know, if you don't have Vitamix, NutriBullet, Liquidizer, Magimix, whatever, you can do this at home just by chopping and soaking. You don't have to whiz it up. The idea about whizzing things up is surface area. The more cut edges you have in contact with a liquid, the stronger it's going to be, and it goes quicker. So that's great. I haven't got my wooden spoon. We'll clear that out later. And that will go on. And then you will label it. And then you will shake it every so often. Now, technically, if you're in a hurry, and sometimes people are, they've forgotten to make this for October colds, you can actually start eating that now, or put it on your salads. But technically, in about 3 to 4 weeks' time, what you'll do is sieve this, and you can either buy a jelly bag sieve, like jelly making, or you can very simply have a bowl, a colander of some sort, and muslin, and pour it through. So this has been sitting for a month, it's brewed nicely. Sieve it through, and you can see already the liquid coming through, can't you? And if you leave that overnight, it will be all liquid and there's this paste at the bottom, and that will be thrown in the bin or on the compost heap or whatever you can do with it, or you can even eat it. But really, after a month, there's not much left. It's all gone into the liquid. So there you have it. That's a homemade garlic and onion syrup.